Hello, Abigail here with the Tarotscopes for Virgo season, Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising. All right, my Sagittarians, I have made a companion astrology video for this Virgo season, so you can check that out. But the main astrological thing that we need to be aware of is that this is eclipse season. So not your normal average Virgo season. This is also the full eclipse season in the axis of Virgo and Pisces. So everything is happening in that part of your chart. Go check it out to make sure that you were clear on some of the themes. It'll be helpful if you do. And it's going to be a bit spicy for you. The cards are giving a lot of eclipse energy. I will say a lot of the previous cards that I've read so far, so Virgo forward, have been a little lighter for the eclipse season. So if you have those in your chart, go watch those to kind of integrate this kind of thread that we get when we enter into eclipse season, where some parts of our chart are feeling a little more free and a little more relaxed, and then some of them are a little more tense and spicy. But to get into it, we start with a 10 of swords. Don't try to do too much this season. Like I just say in general about eclipse seasons is that it's just a lot, and the universe is doing the most. So let the universe do the most, and don't overburden yourself. Don't force yourself to participate more than you are able. There's a lot of overwhelm and processing and grief in the season. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the nodes are square, whatever is in that house that holds Sagittarius, which makes us very tense. But give yourself space to experience overwhelm, to be okay with what's happening. You have this kind of interesting reading that is both kind of stuck and frustrated, and then in other places, rich and abundant and verdant. So do not give up hope. I do think this is also kind of an indication that you're going to get hit pretty heavily in the beginning of eclipse season. I wonder. So your signs are in kind of this grand trine with Saturn and Neptune, and then Venus and Mercury, which can create a lot of energetic work happening. So just be aware that it's not all the eclipses that are hitting you, and the first full week of Virgo season is pretty spicy when it comes to relationships and connections to others. So just be aware. But then in stark contrast, you have the Empress. And I love this card. The Empress is so warm and elegant and gracious. This is also a season where you're going to find the best of yourself. You are going to find the most personal magic. You're going to connect more deeply. This is also a reminder to take care of yourself and to nurture the things that you can nurture, and release the things that you just don't have any control over. Release things that you can't really do anything about. And really focus on the places that you do have influence and that you do have power. This is also an indication to take some luxury. Maybe that luxury is time, and maybe it's doing a little craft. Maybe you can afford a luxury, or a luxury with a capital L. But doing something this season that really enriches your life and gives you what you need. Maybe this is connecting more with your friends. Maybe it is eating better. I'm not talking about forcing yourself to eat healthy, but like eating foods that make you happier. Doesn't have to be healthy necessarily, but just find a way to really feed in, because what you're doing is, since eclipse season, we can't really do a lot of self-activated things. You're giving yourself the energy to do subconscious things and to work with the universe on multiple levels. So take care of yourself and fill up that well, even when it feels like nothing's working. Then we have our lovely Chariot, a reminder that no story in astrology is separate from all of the stories before it. This is our card of Cancer. It's a reminder of where your ruler is in Cancer. And this is a card of celebration and a reminder that you do have a lot going for you, and that excuse me, this Jupiter Cancer transit is bringing in a fresh wave of energy and understanding and enlightenment. Also Venus, while it is shifting soon into Cancer, not Cancer, Jesus, Leo. I'm still suffering under the Mercury retrograde hangover. Venus is still in Cancer for the very beginning of this, and that's also adjacent to Jupiter. So there's a lot of really good energy happening. It really feels very Empressy. So in the overwhelm, in the feeling like Jesus Christ, in the feeling like things are too much, know that there is a core of richness and change and transformation that you may or may not be aware of in this moment. And your belief in it is going to do a lot for you. And part of the reason I keep saying stuck is because we do have the hanged one, our little briar rose here. We do have a hanged one. It is going to feel like your hands might be tied a bit on the universe front. They aren't. You're still doing your journey. You are still growing in power and strength. However, your ability to do external things feels like it's going to be a bit clipped. Not necessarily a bad thing. This is kind of typical feeling for eclipses, especially with where you are in kind of like that square. But it's a reminder to not give up hope, to not kind of fall prey to thinking that nothing's ever going to get better, or the good things that maybe started when Jupiter went into Cancer are now gone. This is an encouragement and a moment for you to practice gratitude. And I'm not saying gratitude for shit that's horrible, but just gratitude for the little things. You know, maybe you have nice sheets. Maybe you have a really sweet dog. Maybe your neighborhood's really like cozy and nice and you like know and talk to your neighbors. Focusing on the little close things so that the universe can kind of take it and run with the really big overt things that are on our way. Especially since we don't have a lot of external energy right now, and that's okay. You don't need to have more than you have, but know that especially on the other side of the eclipses, you're going to be hitting a really big burst of growth and energy. So take your time, let the universe readjust things, fertilize, tend, and care for the stuff that you're not able to right now because it's not your job. You get to kind of take a back seat, partially because the universe knows that you are getting kind of kicked in the pants. So let the universe do its thing and be supportive and caring. And part of that is because we do have a lovely little Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of opportunity and magic in this season, especially for planting seeds, especially for investing in energies that are going to blossom into 2026. So take this time and really think about the future that you want and desire and how you're going to get it. And then take the baby steps, knowing that it's going to change, knowing that nothing is set in stone, but that you get to make choices and to participate with the universe in creating a life for yourself, which can also feel a bit overwhelming. But I think in this kind of externalized frustration, this internal journey is going to be a source of great strength and help, and it's going to help build what you want for the future and the things that you're investing in and planning for now. So take the time that you can't spend on doing externalized stuff to really think about what you want moving forward, to really think about the care that you need and the love that you deserve, and like what are essentials for you if you did end up getting your hopes and dreams. What is something you're maybe forgetting that's really like important to you? I'm around a lot of performers, and a lot of performers want popularity and fame and to be seen, which is not a bad thing, but they often forget that there are little nooks and crannies of themselves that won't be happy if that's all they get, that need to have that need to have quiet or downtime or the ability to connect with people on a really interpersonal level. So make sure that your dreams aren't just these big future external dreams, but that you're also dreaming for your internal self as well. Anyways, that is my reading for this season. I wish you a blessed eclipse season. If you have any questions, you can DM me or pop a comment below. Also, please like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in a different space and time.